Dream big, work hard, stay humble, and let your results speak louder than any words ever could. There's no need to announce your plans. Just execute them and let your success make the noise they never expected. The greatest victories are won in silence because the struggle happens behind closed doors, but the results leave the world in awe. Why do some people succeed while others stay stuck in the same place? It's not because of their luck or talent. It's the ability to work when no one is watching. It's the discipline to stay focused while everyone else is distracted. Can you push yourself when no one is clapping for you? Can you stay committed without seeking approval? Most people talk about what they're going to do. They want recognition before they've earned it. But the real winners, they keep their heads down. They stay quiet. They put in the work day after day. And when they finally reveal what they've built, the world is left speechless. That's the power of working in silence. That's how you shock everyone with your results. If you're ready to stop talking and start proving, stay with me. This is the mindset that separates those who dream from those who achieve. Number 1, work harder than everyone and let success prove everything. Work hard in silence. Let your results speak for themselves. This is one of the most powerful principles you can live by. You don't need to shout about your dreams, your ambitions, or your plans. Your work, your commitment, your results, they will be the loudest statement. Success doesn't require you to announce it. It just demands that you do the work, consistently, relentlessly, and with purpose. Let's break this down. Hard work, especially the kind that no one sees, is often the most rewarding. People will see you grind, see you put in the hours, the effort, the energy, but they won't see the quiet moments. They won't see you waking up early, staying up late, pushing through pain, doubt, and setbacks. That's okay. The ones who need to see your results will see them. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth. Your actions will do that for you. In a world where everyone seems to be in a hurry to get noticed, to get credit, to get attention, there is something powerful about staying silent and doing the work. It's about discipline. It's about dedication. It's about a refusal to quit. When you decide to work hard in silence, you're not looking for praise or recognition. You're simply focused on your mission. You're committed to the process, and you trust that the results will eventually speak louder than words ever could. People often forget that success is a journey, not a destination. And it's a journey that requires consistent effort. You have to show up every day, even on the days when you don't feel like it, even when the world around you is noisy and everyone is talking about their latest hustle. You don't have time to get caught up in that. Your focus should be on doing the work, doing it better, doing it smarter, doing it with excellence. There will be times when you feel discouraged, when the progress is slow and the rewards seem distant. But that's where your true character is built. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't just about talent or intelligence. It's about who can endure, who can push through the hard times, keep going, and keep showing up when others fall off. I'm sure you've heard the saying, the early bird gets the worm. But the reality is, the early bird doesn't always get the worm. Sometimes the bird just gets up early, because that's what needs to be done. And sometimes when you work hard in silence, you're the one who ends up with the worm. The one who puts in the hours, the one who commits to their craft, the one who isn't distracted by the noise. They're the ones who succeed. The results speak for themselves. Success isn't always about doing something flashy. It's about doing the right things over and over, day in and day out. It's about developing a work ethic that is unmatched. It's about having the patience to stay focused, even when the rewards aren't immediate. When you dedicate yourself to something greater than yourself, the results come. But they come in their own time, not on your timeline. When you choose to work hard in silence, you build a reputation based on your actions, not your words. You don't need to broadcast every move. You don't need to post every step of the journey. You don't need to seek validation from others. It's not about being recognized. It's about being consistent. And consistency is where the magic happens. One of the most difficult things for people to understand is that success isn't about the hustle. It's about the commitment to excellence day after day, even when no one is watching. People are often looking for shortcuts or fast fixes. But the real work is done in the quiet moments. It's when you're working alone, when no one is praising you, when no one is clapping for you. That's when you're building the foundation for your success. You see, results are what speak the loudest. When you've put in the work, when you've dedicated yourself to something greater than yourself, your results will shock people. They won't be able to deny it. And when they see your results, they'll start to understand the depth of your commitment. They'll see that it wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was you working hard day after day, even when it felt like no one was paying attention. And here's the thing about results. They don't lie. You can talk all you want about your plans, your dreams, your goals, but at the end of the day, what you've accomplished is what counts. The work you've put in is what people will see, and it's what will set you apart. Your results will be undeniable. And that's when people start to take notice. That's when they realize the effort you've put in, the sacrifices you've made, the discipline you've shown. That's when they understand the price of success. And when that happens, they'll be shocked. But here's the key. Don't wait for others to notice. Don't work for the applause. Don't work for the approval of others. Work for yourself. Work for your own growth, your own success. If you're doing the right things for the right reasons, the results will come. You won't need to brag about them because your actions will do the talking. There will always be critics. There will always be people who doubt you. People who question your choices, your decisions, your path. That's fine. They're not the ones doing the work. They're not the ones who are putting in the hours, making the sacrifices, and staying focused on their mission. They don't know what it takes to succeed. They don't know the price of hard work, but that's okay because you do. And that's what matters. When you work hard in silence, you're not waiting for someone to give you permission. You're not waiting for validation or approval. You're taking control of your own destiny. You're choosing to focus on what matters most. And when the results finally come, you won't need to explain yourself. Your success will speak for itself. The world is full of distractions. It's full of noise. It's full of people who are talking about what they're going to do, what they're planning, what they've achieved. But very few are actually doing the work. They talk about it. You do it. And in the end, when the results come, everyone will know who did the work. Success is not a contest of who can talk the loudest. It's a contest of who can work the hardest, who can stay disciplined, who can keep going when the going gets tough. And those who choose to work hard in silence are the ones who win. Because while others are talking about what they're going to do, you'll already be there, achieving what they only dream of. So, let your work speak for itself. Don't waste time chasing validation. Don't waste time trying to convince others of your potential. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Just focus on doing the work and let your results shock them. You're capable of more than you know. Your potential is limitless, but it takes hard work. It takes dedication. It takes consistency. And when you commit to working in silence, you're committing to your own success. You're not waiting for permission. You're not waiting for someone else to tell you that you're ready. You're taking control of your future. And in the end, the results will be undeniable. Number 2, destroy all distractions and focus only on winning every day. To achieve anything significant in life, there's one fundamental truth you must understand. Distractions are the enemy of success. If you want to win in life, if you want to be the best version of yourself, you need to focus solely on the things that matter. You need to destroy distractions and concentrate all your energy on winning every single day. It's easy to get caught up in the chaos of daily life. People around you will always try to pull you in different directions. You'll hear a million different voices telling you where to go, what to do, what to buy, and what to believe. The noise is constant. The pressure is relentless. But success doesn't come from being swept up in the distractions. It comes from having the strength to tune everything else out and stay focused on what's important. And that requires real discipline. Distractions are everywhere. Social media, gossip, negative news, people who want to waste your time, endless advertisements. These things demand your attention and your energy. But here's the truth. Each minute spent on distractions is a minute taken away from your progress. Every moment you spend on something that doesn't add value to your life, you're delaying your journey to success. Time is the one resource you can't get back, and once it's gone, it's gone. So you have to guard it fiercely. Winning every day isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing the right things consistently without being sidetracked. It's about prioritizing your goals, your dreams, and your health above everything else. To win every day, you need to commit to a level of focus that leaves no room for distractions. This means eliminating the habits, thoughts, and influences that are not serving your long-term vision. Ask yourself, what do I want most in life? Do you want to live a life of mediocrity, where you're constantly distracted and overwhelmed? Or do you want to live a life where you can look back and say, I gave it everything. I focused on what truly mattered, and I achieved what I set out to achieve? The choice is yours. The path to success isn't just about making good decisions. It's about making the right decisions over and over again. The key to destroying distractions is awareness. You need to be fully aware of what is taking up your time and energy. What are you spending your time on? Is it moving you closer to your goals? Or is it keeping you stuck where you are? Are you spending hours on your phone scrolling through irrelevant content? Or are you dedicating that time to learning something new, improving your skills, or building the life you want? When you decide to focus on winning every day, you're making a commitment to your future. You're making a promise to yourself that you will no longer let distractions hold you back. Every day becomes an opportunity to grow, to move closer to your goals, and to make meaningful progress. If you can stay disciplined, if you can consistently put in the work, then the rewards will come. But first, you have to protect your time. Start by setting clear, defined goals. What are you working toward? What's the end goal? Once you've identified what success looks like for you, create a plan. Then protect that plan with everything you've got. This is your mission. It's not a suggestion. It's a directive. And you need to be ruthless about staying on track. As you begin to take action, you'll notice something powerful. Your energy will multiply. When you cut out distractions and pour yourself into what truly matters, you'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish. You'll find that you can achieve more in a single day than you once thought possible. Your productivity will skyrocket. Your focus will sharpen. And your results will become undeniable. But it's not just about working harder. It's about working smarter. The distractions that plague you every day aren't just... There's no magic formula for eliminating distractions. But there are concrete steps you can take to regain control of your focus. First, identify the biggest distractions in your life. Is it your phone? Is it unhealthy relationships? Is it negative self-talk? Once you've identified these distractions, take steps to eliminate or minimize them. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb when you're working. Cut ties with people who drain your energy and waste your time. Challenge your negative thoughts and replace them with empowering beliefs. Make it a daily habit to assess what is serving you and what isn't. Next, take ownership of your time. Time is your most precious resource. If you don't manage it properly, distractions will always find a way to steal it. One of the best ways to stay focused is to create a daily routine that aligns with your goals. Structure your day in a way that protects your time and ensures you're spending it on the right things. Block off time for deep work, time for learning, time for self-care, and time for rest. If you don't make time for these things, the distractions will fill up the gaps. But here's the thing. Even with a structured routine, you will face challenges. There will be days when you feel tired, overwhelmed, or distracted. On those days, you have to dig deep. You have to remind yourself why you're doing this, why you're staying focused. The pain of discipline is nothing compared to the pain of regret. You'll face struggles. You'll have moments of doubt. But in those moments, remember that every time you stay focused, every time you ignore distractions, you're one step closer to your goals. The best thing you can do for your future is to stay committed to your daily focus. Destroying distractions isn't a one-time thing. It's a daily practice. It's something you have to actively choose every single day. It requires a level of commitment that most people aren't willing to make. But that's why they remain stuck. You're not here to follow the crowd. You're here to lead yourself to greatness. When you focus on winning every day, you also need to protect your mental state. You can't let negative emotions or limiting beliefs pull you off course. If you allow yourself to be swayed by fear, doubt, or anger, those emotions will become distractions themselves. Instead, train yourself to stay calm, stay clear, and stay focused on the task at hand. When your mind is disciplined, distractions won't stand a chance. Every victory, no matter how small, fuels the next one. When you destroy distractions and focus on winning, you start to build momentum. Each day becomes a building block in the foundation of your success. And over time, that momentum compounds. What seemed impossible becomes inevitable. You'll look back one day and realize that you've transformed your life simply by staying focused, by refusing to let distractions stand in your way. Focus is a superpower. It's the key to unlocking your potential. If you can master focus, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. And the beauty of it is that it's in your control. You get to decide what you give your attention to. You get to decide where you focus your energy. No one else. You are the master of your time, and with that comes tremendous power. The path to success isn't easy, and it's not always glamorous. But when you commit to focusing on winning every day, you'll realize that the process itself is the reward. The journey becomes fulfilling, and the success will follow. Keep your eyes on the prize. Eliminate the distractions, and you'll find that nothing can stop you. Remember, the distractions you face are not your enemies. They're simply tests of your commitment, tests of your focus. And every time you overcome a distraction, you're one step closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. So destroy the distractions and focus on winning every single day, because that's where true success lies. Number 3, push yourself beyond limits and make results speak loudly. To achieve anything remarkable in life, you have to push yourself beyond the limits that others place on you and that you sometimes place on yourself. Your limits are not the boundaries of your potential. They are simply the constraints you allow your mind to believe. It's time to challenge those boundaries and push yourself to do what you thought was impossible. Because when you push yourself beyond limits, that's when the extraordinary happens. That's when the results speak for themselves. The reality is, the majority of people live within a comfortable zone, where everything is easy, everything is predictable. They live by the rules and stay within the limits that society, circumstances, and sometimes even their own fears have set for them. But true greatness comes when you decide to leave those limits behind and go beyond what is expected. It's when you're willing to give more than what's easy, more than what's comfortable, more than what everyone else is doing. It's about showing up when the world tells you it's too hard, when your mind tells you to quit, and when your body tells you that you can't go any further. It's easy to give in to the limits. We've all felt them, right? The moments when we want to stop, when we want to quit, when we want to settle for less. It's human. But it's also the very moment where you have the chance to make a choice. The choice to push through the pain, push through the doubt, push through the fatigue, and break through to something greater. That is where results are born. Results are not born from staying in the comfort zone. They're born when you push beyond what you think you're capable of. Think about the people you admire. Think about the ones who inspire you. I'm sure they've faced challenges. I'm sure they've encountered moments where they wanted to give up. But they didn't. They pushed themselves beyond the limits of their own mind and their circumstances. And that's how they became extraordinary. They didn't stop when things got tough. They didn't quit when the road got hard. They pressed forward when others would have given up. And that's why their results speak loudly, because they went beyond the limits that most people accept. The beauty of pushing beyond your limits is that you don't need anyone else to give you permission. It doesn't matter if others believe in you or not. What matters is whether you believe in yourself. It's whether you're willing to fight for your dreams, even when everything around you tells you to stop. The people who succeed are not necessarily the most talented, the most educated, or the ones who are naturally gifted. They are the ones who decide that they will not be limited by their circumstances. They choose to go beyond what they thought was possible, and that decision is what sets them apart. You've probably heard the phrase, "It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish." But I want to take it a step further. It's not just about how you finish. It's about what you do in the middle of the journey. It's about what you do when the excitement fades, when the motivation weakens, when the newness of the goal wears off. That's when you'll see who is really committed. That's when you'll see who is willing to push beyond the limits. Because those are the moments that separate the ones who make it from the ones who don't. When you're pushing yourself beyond your limits, you're going to face resistance. You're going to face obstacles that seem insurmountable. But that's where you find your true strength. You can't expect to grow without challenges. You can't expect to push beyond your limits without encountering difficulty. The struggle is part of the process. The key is learning to embrace the struggle and not let it stop you. Every time you push through an obstacle, you grow stronger. You develop the resilience and mental toughness that is necessary for success. One of the most powerful things about pushing yourself is that you prove to yourself what you're capable of. When you do something you once thought was impossible, it shifts your mindset. You start to see yourself as someone who can overcome anything. You start to believe that there are no limits to what you can achieve. That belief is what fuels you to keep going, to keep pushing, and to keep reaching for more. But this requires an unwavering commitment to your goals. It requires discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your current self and the person you want to become. Without discipline, you'll always be chasing your dreams, but never catching them. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's about showing up when no one is watching, putting in the work when the results aren't immediate. It's about staying focused on the long-term goal, even when the path is unclear. And when you push beyond your limits, your results will do the talking for you. It's not about bragging or announcing your successes. It's about letting your achievements speak for themselves. Your actions will become your story. The results you achieve will be so loud that no one will be able to ignore them. And that's when the magic happens. Because when you push yourself beyond your limits, you unlock a level of achievement that others simply can't touch. You make the impossible look easy. You make the extraordinary seem ordinary. And that's how you build a reputation. That's how you build success. Here's the truth. The world doesn't owe you anything. Success isn't going to come to you just because you want it. It's not going to hand you results because you hope for them. You have to earn them. You have to work for them. And you have to push yourself beyond what you think you're capable of to get them. That's the price of greatness. The road to success is not easy. But if you're willing to push beyond your limits, you'll find that the rewards are worth every ounce of effort you put in. Now let's talk about consistency. Pushing yourself beyond your limits doesn't mean doing it once and expecting everything to change. It means doing it over and over again, day in and day out. It means pushing yourself further than you did yesterday and striving for excellence every single day. When you consistently push beyond your limits, that's when you start to see extraordinary results. The key to success is not in the occasional breakthrough, but in the daily effort, the daily commitment, the daily push. When you make the decision to push yourself beyond your limits, you make the decision to stop playing small. You make the decision to stop settling for mediocrity. You make the decision to show up every day with a relentless focus on growth, progress, and achievement. And when you do that, the results will speak for themselves. They'll shout from the rooftops. They'll be undeniable. And you'll know deep down that you earned it. Because you pushed. You didn't settle. You didn't back down. You went beyond the limits, and that's why you're succeeding. This is the path to greatness. It's not easy. It's not comfortable. It's not for the faint of heart. But it is the path to everything you want in life. So keep pushing, keep striving, keep going beyond your limits. Let your results be the proof of your effort. Let your success be the loudest statement you can make. And remember, you are capable of more than you think. Push yourself and watch your life transform in ways you never imagined. The world is waiting for your results. Number 4, ignore doubters completely and let achievements crush their doubts. In the journey of achieving success, one of the most powerful actions you can take is to ignore the doubters completely. These are the people who, consciously or unconsciously, will try to hold you back, criticize your dreams, and tell you that what you're aiming for is impossible. They come from all walks of life, family, friends, co-workers, even strangers. They might not even mean to harm you, but their doubts can become a heavy burden if you let them. They'll tell you to be realistic. They'll tell you that you don't have what it takes. They'll laugh at your goals or tell you it's not worth the effort. But here's the truth. Their doubts are not your reality. The first thing you need to understand is that doubt is a natural human response to something unknown, something different, something that hasn't been done before. It's not unusual for people to question what they don't understand. But just because someone doubts you doesn't mean they're right. In fact, the more they doubt you, the more it should fuel you to prove them wrong. Let their doubt become your motivation, not your limitation. The best way to crush doubt is not through arguments or explanations. The best way to crush doubt is through your achievements. Let your actions speak for themselves. Let your results do the talking. It's easy to get distracted by the opinions of others. We all want approval. We want to be seen as capable and competent. We want our dreams to be validated by the people around us. But here's the secret. Validation from others is not the fuel for success. The only validation you need is from yourself. You don't need anyone else's permission to go after what you want. The only thing you need is to believe in your own ability, in your own vision, and in your own strength. If you allow the doubters to take up space in your mind, they'll become the walls that hold you back. Their doubts will start to become your doubts. They'll plant seeds of fear and hesitation in your mind. And before you know it, you'll be second-guessing yourself. But you have to be stronger than that. You have to be willing to shut out the noise. The people who doubt you are not the ones who are going to live your life. You are. And you're the one who gets to decide how far you're willing to go. Doubters can't see your vision. They don't know what you're capable of. They can't feel the fire inside you that's driving you to succeed. They're not living your life, they're living their own. And they might be projecting their own fears onto you. Don't let their fear stop you from going after your dreams. You are the only one who has a clear view of your potential. It's your vision, and it's yours to bring to life. No one can take that from you unless you allow them to. One of the most powerful things you can do is to focus on your own journey and shut out the distractions of others' opinions. Stop explaining yourself to the people who don't believe in you. Stop trying to convince the skeptics that you're on the right path. Your actions will speak louder than any explanation. When you achieve the success you know is possible, the doubters will be left speechless. They won't be able to argue with your results. They'll be forced to acknowledge that what they thought was impossible for you is now your reality. And that is the most satisfying victory. It's important to remember that doubters are not your enemies. In fact, their doubts can be a powerful tool if you choose to use them to your advantage. Every time someone tells you that you can't do something, take that as an opportunity to prove them wrong. Use their doubt as fuel for your determination. Let their skepticism drive you to work harder, to go farther, and to accomplish more. Doubt can be a catalyst for your success as long as you don't let it stop you. As you push forward and start to see the fruits of your labor, you'll begin to notice something incredible. The more you achieve, the quieter the doubters become. Success has a way of silencing the critics. When you show up every day, when you stay consistent, when you keep moving forward despite the obstacles, your results will drown out any negative words that were spoken to you. The doubters will fade into the background, and your accomplishments will speak for themselves. But even more importantly, your success will become a source of inspiration to others. While some people may doubt you, others will be watching. They'll see you fighting for your goals, working tirelessly, and pushing through obstacles. And when they see you succeed, they'll realize that they too are capable of achieving greatness. Your success will ripple out and impact others in ways you may never fully understand. So while you ignore the doubters, you're actually creating the possibility for someone else to believe in themselves too. Let's take a moment to talk about the value of silence. Often the best way to deal with doubters is not to argue or defend yourself. Silence is powerful. Silence says, I don't need to explain myself to you. I'm busy working. I'm busy creating. I'm busy succeeding. In the end, it's not about what you say to the doubters. It's about what you achieve. So focus on your work, focus on the task at hand, and let the results speak for themselves. The louder the achievements, the quieter the doubt becomes. Every single person who has ever achieved something remarkable has faced doubt. Doubt is part of the process. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they handle that doubt. The successful ones don't waste time trying to change people's minds. They don't let others' negative opinions derail them. They stay focused, keep working, and let their success speak for them. They let their achievements crush the doubts and silence the critics. When you find yourself faced with doubt, whether it's from others or even from within yourself, remember this. Doubt is not the truth. It's just a temporary feeling. It's a mental barrier that can be broken. The more you push past it, the less power it has over you. Keep going. Keep moving forward. The only way to truly silence doubt is through action and results. The more you prove to yourself and to others what you're capable of, the less power the doubts will have. You see, success is the best response to doubt. When you achieve your goals, when you reach the heights that others thought were impossible for you, you will have the final word. Not through words, but through your actions, through your results, through the life you create. The doubters will have no choice but to recognize the truth, that you were capable all along. They may never admit it, but they will see it in your success. The most powerful way to deal with doubters is to keep your head down and focus on what's important. Work hard, stay disciplined, and relentlessly pursue your goals. And as you do, watch the doubters shrink in the distance, because their doubts will be crushed by your achievements. When you let your results speak for themselves, you don't need to say a word. Your success will do all the talking for you. Keep going, keep pushing, keep achieving, and let your results prove to everyone, including yourself, that you are capable of greatness. Number 5, train like a champion and make victory your only option. Training like a champion means dedicating yourself to a level of excellence that others aren't willing to reach. It's about understanding that victory is not just a possibility, it's the only option. Champions don't show up expecting things to go their way or waiting for luck to play in their favor. They train hard, they sacrifice, and they push beyond what most people think is possible. They make victory their only option by preparing for it every single day. They give everything they have to the process, knowing that this commitment is the only path to success. A champion doesn't wait for the opportunity to find them. They create the opportunity through their training. Training isn't something you do just to pass the time or to check a box. It's the foundation of everything you want to achieve. Every repetition, every hour spent honing your craft, every ounce of energy you pour into your work, it all counts. The champion knows that nothing happens by accident. Victory is the result of a relentless pursuit of excellence. It doesn't come easy, but it comes when you've earned it. When you commit to training like a champion, you are making a promise to yourself that no matter what comes your way, no matter how difficult the journey is, you will keep pushing forward. You are accepting that failure is not an option because you have already decided that victory is inevitable. Champions are not defined by their circumstances. They are defined by their mindset. And that mindset is shaped through their commitment to training and preparation. The most successful people in any field didn't get there by just hoping for success to come. They didn't wait for someone to give them permission to succeed. They understood that success is built on the foundation of hard work, sacrifice, and relentless training. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to refine, and to get better. And while others are taking shortcuts or looking for easy ways out, the champion knows that the true path to victory is the one that demands the most of you. It's the path that requires sweat, determination, and a refusal to give up, no matter how hard things get. A champion doesn't waste time. They know that every moment counts. They use every second to improve themselves, to sharpen their skills, and to move closer to their goal. Whether it's in the gym, in the office, or at home, they are always working on becoming the best version of themselves. They understand that success doesn't just happen because you show up. It happens because you prepare with intention. You show up to win, not just to be there. You don't show up for a participation trophy. You show up because you are ready to take the prize. One of the key components of training like a champion is developing mental toughness. It's easy to train when everything is going well, when you're feeling motivated, when the circumstances align perfectly. But that's not when champions are made. Champions are made when the road gets tough, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, and when the rest of the world is telling you to quit. That's when the champion digs deep and pushes harder. They don't let setbacks dictate their future. Instead, they let those setbacks be the fuel that drives them forward. They know that every struggle is an opportunity for growth. Every failure is a lesson. And every setback is just a setup for a greater comeback. To train like a champion, you have to embrace discomfort. You can't expect to be great if you're not willing to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. The champion is not satisfied with doing what's easy or what's expected. They go above and beyond. They take on challenges that others avoid. They find ways to improve in every area of their life, from their physical fitness to their mental clarity to their skills in their craft. They understand that excellence requires hard work and sacrifice. Mental toughness is just as important as physical toughness. In fact, it might be even more important. The champion understands that the mind is the most powerful tool they have. If the mind is weak, the body will follow. If the mind is strong, the body will rise to the occasion. That's why the champion works on their mental game as much as their physical game. They train their minds to believe that anything is possible. They train their minds to stay focused, to push past the distractions, and to keep moving forward even when it feels impossible. They understand that victory is as much about winning the mental battle as it is about winning the physical one. In addition to mental toughness, training like a champion also requires consistency. It's not about doing the work one day and expecting results the next. The champion knows that success is built over time. It's about showing up day after day, even when the progress feels slow, even when the results don't come as quickly as you'd like. The champion doesn't look for instant gratification. They look for long-term success. They know that every small step forward is a victory in itself. They keep moving, even when the progress seems minimal, because they know that consistency compounds. It builds momentum, and eventually, all of that hard work will pay off. The champion doesn't just train in one area, they train holistically. They understand that to be truly great, they need to focus on every aspect of their being, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. They know that greatness requires balance. They focus on their health, their mindset, their relationships, and their purpose. They don't neglect any area of their life because they understand that success is a reflection of who you are as a whole person. A champion knows that they cannot neglect one part of themselves and expect to excel in the others. They must train in all areas, always striving for growth and improvement. This type of training requires an unwavering commitment to the process. It's easy to start, but it's much harder to stay committed when things get tough. The champion knows that commitment isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily practice. It's a decision to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It's a decision to keep going, even when you don't see immediate results. It's a decision to trust the process, knowing that success doesn't happen overnight. The champion trusts that every rep, every hour of training, every ounce of energy they put in will pay off in the long run. Victory is the only option for the champion, because they are willing to do whatever it takes to get there. They refuse to accept failure. They refuse to settle for mediocrity. They know that if they want to win, they must be willing to pay the price. And they are willing to pay that price every single day. The champion is relentless in their pursuit of victory. They know that greatness requires total commitment, total dedication, and a refusal to back down. If you want to train like a champion, you must adopt this mindset. You must make victory your only option. You must be willing to work harder than anyone else. You must be willing to push through the pain, the doubt, and the challenges. You must be willing to sacrifice in order to achieve the life you want. The champion's journey is not easy, but it is worth it. The rewards are not given, they are earned, and the champion knows that. Victory is not just something that happens once. It's a mindset, a lifestyle, and a commitment to continuous improvement. To train like a champion is to commit to winning in everything you do. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, both on and off the field. It's about setting your sights on success and doing whatever it takes to get there. So train like a champion. Make victory your only option. And remember, the champion is not someone born with special gifts. They are simply someone who refuses to stop.